What's up, everyone? I'm trying to get this set up on Instagram. Takes a second. Oh, let me mute that. Well, it's showing up here, but oh, there we go. Oh my, it's got me like zoomed in. All right. I'm gonna do this live. Hopefully, it looks good if you're here live. If you're watching the recording, it's probably not gonna sound very good or look very good. It is what it is for right now. The thing is, my computer apparently isn't the most powerful computer, and if you can hear that noise, you can hear it running hot, and yeah, so that's what's affecting the audio and the video. But you know, I'm going with what I got for right now. Let me see if I turn this. So I'm gonna wait a minute until some people come in. I'm trying to get this lined up for Instagram because I'm doing it horizontally in landscape view for YouTube, and it's got me like zoomed in on Instagram. So I'm gonna just drink my water. I'll wait a couple minutes. I need to hydrate, so just gonna chug this before I get started. I hope you all are doing well out there. I am tired and just not feeling the best today, but we're showing up anyway. And probably won't hang out for too long, but just want to hop on here and share some stuff with you as we go into week 4 of this habit challenge. This is the last official week of February. We do have 2 days of next week of February, but this is our last official week of February. So if you stuck with me this long, thank you, and congratulations on sticking with your habits. Yeah, it just this last week has been a bit rough. So I'm trying to get it back on track, but this is things that happen. Week 2, I talked about cycles, and this is just a part of life. You know, we have the ups and downs. It's how you respond when these things happen, and how long you let it keep you down. So that's why I'm still doing this, even though I don't feel the best, and all that stuff. We're showing up, and we're doing it because it's a habit. It's part of a habit. So this week we are going to talk about changing your state and remembering your why. So the main part is about changing your state, which is changing your physiology, the way you move your body, and in turn that affects the chemicals in your body, how your body processes things, and where your emotions come from. So there's a lot to it. So we're gonna touch on it. Hopefully I'll give you some tips and things that you can use to help you get out of the funk. When you're feeling the funk, like what I did today, wasn't feeling it today. You know, I had to take a nap. I took the nap. I did what I need to do, rest my body. And I got up, still wasn't feeling it. I got a cold shower. I don't like cold showers at all, but I had to do it. Now I'm chugging this water, and you know, I was moving my body a bit. I do feel better than what I did feel like. So I am able to keep moving on, and I know this won't last for long, but as long as I'm showing up and I'm doing the work right now, even though it may not be 100%, I can give what I can give right now, and you know, that counts for something. And then, you know, once I do feel better, then I'll give even more than 100%, because like I would have that energy and that habit down and all that. So I'm not really coming from a place of lack necessarily at that point, because I didn't do something. I'm just coming from a place of I still got that momentum, and I feel empowered because I did show up and I did do it. So that keeps me going. So yeah, I had to use some of these techniques over the past few days. I hope that you're drinking your water. I got a lemon seed. Alright, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna get started on this. I don't know, my hair Looks funny at certain angles, but I just shaved the sides down because it was getting a little wild. And yeah, I'll try to let it do what it does because it wants to do whatever it wants to do and it does what it wants to do. But sometimes it gets on my nerves and then I'm about to twist it back up. So I don't really have to mess with it too much. But thank you all for joining me. We're in week 4. We're going to talk about changing our state, our physical body. We're changing our state of being when we don't feel like doing certain things. So again, during these lives, I'm giving you tips to continue on, to continue your habit, to equip you when these days come that you don't feel like doing it, or, you know, those different cycles happen, and you're not always going to be up. You're going to go down. It happens. It's inevitable. And it's just what you do when you get knocked down, what you do when you're down, when it's dark, because it won't last always. We will come out. But, you know, and you have to take the time for yourself when you need it, but we just don't want to stay in that. So today we're going to talk about tips on how to physically move our bodies to get out of certain states, to get out of those state of minds that keep us down and keep us in those dark holes. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just get into this now. Yeah, I think I'll just start with changing our state, and then we'll get into remembering our whys. So changing your state. So we're just going to go over some quick techniques of this. Like I said, this is not going to be a very long one today, but I do want to help you out and give you some gems. If you are watching this, please go ahead and write these things down. They will be re-recorded, but again, the quality of it may not be the best. So, yeah. Anyway, let's jump right into this. So some techniques for changing our state. Like I talked about, what I did earlier was got a cold shower. I didn't get a really cold one, but I got cold enough. And, you know, when you do that, you're immediately changing your state because your body's like, in shock, like, what's happening? You're not in that comfortable bed anymore. You're not, you know, sitting down, munching on your snacks anymore. So your body, it jolts. So that also changes your mind state too, because you can no longer be like thinking those dark thoughts and just those dark thoughts. You have to now be like, oh man, my body's cold. So you're taking your mind off of those thoughts, and your body is changing, and like it has to change from, oh, you know, survival state, and in the fact of like comforting yourself, into more of like, oh man, like my body's getting cold, what's happening right now? So it's changing all of that. So we were making an immediate change at that point. So that's why the cold shower helps, is because you're now, because if you can't change your mind yourself, you know, because you just keep having these thoughts, that water is going to hit your body and it's going to make you change your mind, you know. So that just helps as an immediate thing to kind of get you, knock you out of a little of that funk. Get out that shower. You can go for a walk as well. So cold showers, going for a walk. So again, we're just talking about moving our body. So again, instead of sitting in that same state and thinking those thoughts and just ruminating on all of that, we're getting out of that. You have to make a conscious decision. It's still gonna suck. It's not gonna feel good, of course. But you're gonna continue to feel that way, or we're gonna get up and move and change that. So just get up, put your shoes on, and just go for a quick walk. Say just 2 minutes. You know, it doesn't have to be a long thing. But once you start going, then you're going to say, you know what, I could go a little bit longer. You know, this actually feels good. It's nice out. The sun feels good. You know, take you some water with you, drink it. Put water in put lemon in your water and chug it. Put lemon in your water and chug it. Maybe put some ice water, put some ice in it and chug it. Again, we're changing our physical state. Like we talked about last week, your mindset and how you talk to yourself. So that was more internal, mental things. Right now we're talking about your physical state. So, like I said, cold shower. We're going for a walk. You could also go skipping. You know, do something that you used to do as a child. Go roll down a hill or something. Again, now, you know, when you're in a depressive state, you're not thinking about, oh yeah, let me go roll down a hill. Let me go skip. Of course, because it's not, we're changing that state. So it's not going to be where you're at. We have to go to a different place to then have different thoughts and different moods, right? Because if you stay there, you're going to still have those same thoughts and moods. So we have to like literally change it completely to start to get some new thoughts coming in, to get out of that state, out of that funk. And again, these are just some techniques, so use what you can. Some days are worse than others, so when it's not that bad, go skip, roll down a hill, go for a walk, that type of a thing. When it's pretty bad, hop in that cold shower. Get that shock on your body. Get that lemon water and chug it. Just sit there and chug a good amount of water. Okay? Another thing, especially if you are in a pretty deep state, a dark mental state, would be to scream. If you can. Of course, we don't want to alert the neighbors and make them scared or anything like that, but you want to scream. Get in your car, go for a drive, scream while you're driving. If you can't scream in your home, your backyard, go somewhere out in nature and scream. Go underwater and scream. If you can't, then just do the act of screaming. You're not really screaming, but you're kind of pushing it out physically, and that helps to a certain degree. That's why some people go. That's why you work out. A lot of people work out. That's why people go boxing. You punch. We don't want to punch walls and put holes in our homes and stuff like that. Okay, get a pillow if you need to. Go to a rage room if you need that. But we're changing our physical state, our movement, the way we move our bodies. We're releasing that energy, that built up energy. Right now, it's a lot of emotional energy happening in our world, in our atmosphere, in the energy field. It's a lot of emotions. We have the new moon right now, sensitive times. So be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself the time to be in that if you need to, be in those emotions and things and process it, but don't sit in it too long. And when you're in it, being able to stop the thoughts and not keep going down the rabbit hole of thoughts is important. Because if you keep going down the hole, that's the longer you'll stay. But if you can stop the thoughts and be well, why do I think that way? Why is it? Is that really true? Try. That's what we're doing also when we're changing our physical state, is trying to stop those thoughts where they are and say, nope, not today. Nope, we're not going to do that. And literally just change it. You don't have to sit in it. Just because you're thinking it one day doesn't mean you have to continuously think it forever. I think some people get stuck in that and it's well, I'll never come out of it. Yeah, you can come out of it. You don't have to always think that way. That doesn't have to be your reality. In the moment, like I said, if you need to be in that to process those things, of course, let those emotions out. But we don't want to stay stuck for too long. So cold shower, go for a walk, skip, scream, go work out. These are outlets and things you're doing, but you have to physically get up and do it. It's going to suck. You're not going to want to do it, but you have to do it. You have to get up and do it. Unless you want to stay in that state, then you have to get up. You have to at least get up and make a movement towards one of these things. Something else that can help in the long term, as well as right now, but over time it's going to compound and it's going to help you not have so many low days. And that is working on your gut health. So working on your gut, that's some people say your second brain. I would still put it up there with this brain too, because it dictates chemicals and things that are happening in your body. So a part of your gut health is getting probiotics, prebiotics into your body. That looks like kombucha. It looks like fermented food like kimchi or sauerkraut. So those type of things will help. But we want to take them in healthy dosages. We're not chugging kombucha. Okay. Some people may have a misconception of it. You don't need to drink the whole bottle of kombucha. But, get you some kimchi, get you some sauerkraut, something fermented as far as that. The highest quality is the best. Get you a smoothie, you're not feeling good, instead of going for that ice cream and that junk food and those carbs. Let's go for the smoothie. Go to Smoothie King, Tropical Smoothie, something like that. Get you a good smoothie. Find a good one. When you find a good one, then you can start making them at home and the ingredients. Just look them up online. And then you can go to that. So we're going to go, instead of going to the fast food, we're going to go to the drive-thru at Smoothie King and pick us up a smoothie. Daily Warrior is one of my favorites. That we're gonna go get us a kombucha, or get some kimchi and throw that on top of some food that we're gonna eat. Whole foods in general. So that's, your vegetables, your fruits, eating that. Again, it takes a while for your body to digest these things. So this is not an immediate thing that's going to help, but over time, this is going to help change your gut brain and your gut health, to give you some better chemicals. You're more balanced inside at that point, because if you're eating a lot of junk foods and you're not used to eating this way, then of course you're going to have a lot of low lows, because you're feeding those parasites and those things that are feeding off of that sugar and those carbs that you're eating and that junk food and the toxins and everything like that. So this is more of a long-term thing that we're doing as far as gut health, but it is important, if you're not already implementing these things, to start to work on that. One more thing would be breathing techniques, meditation. It helps, it works. There's a reason why people do it. There's a reason why people promote it. Okay, doesn't matter how you feel about it, it works. Okay, if you really use it and implement it. And let's do it more than just one day and say it doesn't work, especially before all of these things. You gotta do it a couple times. So breathing takes. Main thing about breathing is, if you're not breathing through your nose, you need to start to try to do that. I know it can be hard for some people, especially if you're not used to it, but you need to start breathing through your nose. So a breathing technique would just be slow breaths through your nose. You see, I just breathe out of my mouth. I'm not used to breathing outward, out of my nose, but when I do my breathing techniques. But so breathing through your nose, there's different patterns you can do. Breathing fast. They also say that 2 inhalations fast can help. That a couple times, that also helps change your physiology. And then meditation, just sitting there. We're not ruminating on those thoughts, those dark thoughts or anything like that. What you do normally with meditation is you're focusing on an object. You're trying to clear your mind as best as you can. People who don't do this, I say, well, I can't clear my mind, blah, blah, blah. Of course we have excuses. It's not about completely just clearing your mind for everyone. It's just being still and trying to focus on one thing. I'm not saying what you need to do and any of that stuff. What you could do is write down, before you start meditating, write all this stuff. Just brain dump it all out. Journal it real quick, brain dump it out, write it all down, all those thoughts, write them down. And sometimes, that's another technique. Sometimes we're just in our head too much. Just letting the thoughts all happen in our head. And it's once you put it on paper, it doesn't even make sense. Or you're like, what? It's not as big as I thought it was. Or you're able to find a solution to it. So try and just brain dump. And then we're going to try meditation. So something that helps if you're not good at that immediately is to give yourself grace. 1, start off with a short time frame. We're not going very long. Let's just say 5 minutes. We're going to set the timer. So when the timer goes off, you're done. If it doesn't go off, you're not done yet. So just try and stay there. Yeah, your mind's going to veer off. It happens. It's okay. Then just bring it back. Okay. The way you can bring it back and not focus on all these other thoughts is to start to feel your body. What is it that you feel in your body? Feel what you're sitting on. While you're sitting there, think about, what does that feel like on my butt? What does it feel like on my feet? Okay. What do my hands feel like right now? I'm just sitting here. What do my hands feel like? What does it feel like to breathe in and out? Start just focus on those things. Being present in the moment is what you're really trying to do. Because a lot of times when we go into those dark places and those dark thoughts is because we are thinking in the past, so depression, or we're thinking too far in the future, anxiety. So being more present helps us get out of that state, because we're here right now. We can't control any of that other stuff. None of that stuff even matters. Right now, we're just breathing to calm ourselves, to calm our minds. You can think of things that you are grateful for instead of thinking about the stuff, because you already brain dumped all that stuff out. So now let's think about the things that we're grateful for. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to try and breathe through my nose as much as possible. Yeah, I'm going to think about some things that I'm grateful for, like being able to breathe through my nose. Being able to sit here with the lights on. being able to have food and water to drink, being able to have that cold shower if I want it, that fresh running water if I want it. So these are some tips that you can use to help you. Again, like I said, you should have been writing these things down. If not, go back and rewatch it. I'll run through it really quick. I talked about cold showers, going for walks, maybe even skipping if you want to, just getting that sunlight on your body too, screaming, working out, your gut health. So drinking some kombucha, eating kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, high quality, okay, getting smoothies, whole foods, so fruits and vegetables if you're not eating those. Get you some green powder if you're not eating your fruits and vegetables. Get you some green powder, throw it in your water, drink that, okay, start to get that nourishment and those vitamins and minerals, because again, your gut health is very important. If that's off, your chemicals in your body are off. So no wonder your thoughts are off, you know? So don't be so hard on yourself saying, why do I always think this way? Okay, if you're not working on your gut, then you got a problem there, I'm sure. If you haven't been working on that, especially depending on how old you are, you've gone your whole life without working on your gut health. And we have so many toxins in our environment that it overloads us. We're not processing our food. We're not absorbing minerals and vitamins. Our body's not functioning like it should. So we got to get that back in alignment, which is why I'm a holistic nutrition coach, because I know that it is very important to have this information and to implement this information in your life, because it does affect your mental state, which affects holism. It affects your spiritual. It affects your physical. It affects the people around you, because now you're upset and angry and all kind of stuff. So it does affect all the things. So we do need to work on that. And then breathing techniques and meditation. All right. So again, our topic this week was changing our state, which is our physiology, our physical body, and the way we move. So instead of being slouched over, shallow breathing, mouth breathing, dim dark lights, scrunched over, the whole time for a continuous period of time, that again, something in motion stays in motion. So if you're not in motion, it's going to stay stagnant and stuck, and we want to get out of that. So you have to make a conscious decision to get up. You have to make a conscious decision to open those blinds. Okay, if you want different, if you want new, you have to make that choice. That one step forward is going to help you. No matter how small it is, it will help you, trust me. Okay? Step into that shower. Let that cold hit you, even for a little bit of time. It will shock your body. It will start to change your state. Okay, do these different things. Let me know what worked for you and what's helped you. Okay? All right, so we're going to get right into remembering our why, because I want to keep this pretty short. And then I'm going to go into the rewards for those of you who actually have been doing this challenge. I haven't talked about it yet. I've been meaning to. So I'm going to go into the rewards that I'm going to give out for those who did complete the challenge, because you just have to show me proof that you did the challenge. And it doesn't have to be at the end of this month when you send it to me. It can be at any point in time. Send me that and I will send you a gift for completing this. And I want to just congratulate you and know how, what worked for you, what helped you. Okay, so let's get into remembering your why. Your why. What is that? If you haven't heard that before, your why is the reason why you do what you do in life. A lot of people wait to find out what their why is. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I would say not to wait. I would say to create a why. Okay, why do you want to do the things you want to do? If you feel like there's injustice in the world, that's your why then. Okay, because you don't want injustice in the world. So what does that look like? So your why is choosing to write articles, choosing to research into things, choosing to go to some of these political events, and that type of a thing. So now you're creating a why, and as you go along on that journey, you're going to start to find out a deeper why for yourself. So, you're creating momentum again. We're getting the ball rolling, and then you're going to call in these other things. You're going to like attracts like. So let's just get into that state of attracting that in. Okay, but your why is the reason that you get up in the morning. It's the reason that you want to work on yourself right now. It's the reason that you're choosing to do better. You're choosing to take that one little step forward. Is because you don't want to feel sick and tired anymore. Like literally, you don't want to be tired. You don't want to feel sick. Okay, you don't want to be depressed all the time. You don't want to be angry all the time. You don't want to be lonely all the time. You don't want to be in pain all the time. You don't want to be on medication all the time. any number of things, whatever it is for you. These are pain points for you. These are things you don't want to feel anymore. Okay, so we're going to move from that to a different state, to the opposite of it. Okay, we want to feel good. We want to feel energized. We want to feel loved and have friends, and we want to help, and we're going to do these things. Okay, so your reason at that point is that you want to do those things. You want to be there for your family. You want to set an example. Okay, you want to feel good. That's your why. You don't want to be in pain anymore, and you don't want to be on those medications anymore. That's your why. So if you don't already know your why, then you should think about that a bit. Okay, and like I said, just start somewhere with it. What is it? Why is it that you want to change? Why is it that you want better? Why is it that you want to do this habit? Because you don't want that anymore? Okay, that's a good enough why for now. Again, more will come later. A deeper understanding will come later. But you have to start somewhere. So understanding your why is very important. When I started the challenge the first week, I talked about your identity, your beliefs, okay, your values. These things really determine what your why is. And your why determines what those things are as well. So when you know who you are, your identity, and your belief system, that creates why you move through the world the way you move through the world. It creates why you go work out. You know what I'm saying? So understanding your why is very important. It's going to keep you going. And I wanted to bring it up right now because we are ending February. We are ending this challenge. So I want to remind those of you out there who have been doing this challenge to remind yourself of why you're doing this challenge. Why are you doing this challenge? Why do you want to create this new habit? Sometimes we have to remind ourselves to keep going. And the only way we can do that is to put it in our face constantly, which means if you haven't done it yet, and I talked about this before, put up your vision board, put up those images, put up what you do want to see in your life, not what you don't want to see, but what you do want to see. Put it on your walls, put it in the bathroom, put it on your mirror, put it on your refrigerator, wherever you frequent. Put those things up so that you can constantly remind yourself of why you get up in the morning, why you're going to take that one step when you don't feel like it and go outside, why you're going to put your shoes on and work out. It's going to remind you of that. Because in those days you don't feel like it, you're not even trying to hear it, you're not trying to think about it, but if it's there, you're subconsciously seeing this stuff, and you will remember why you do the things that you're doing. Again, sometimes it's not enough. The willpower, the positive thinking is not enough. We do want to do those things, those mindset, that self-talk, so that that's there, and we can kind of start to overpower it and have a butt to those negative things. But sometimes we have to change our physical state to even be able to do any of that other stuff. Because when you're deep in it, those thoughts are really not going to do it for you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. So how do you get out of that? You have to move your body. Jump. Jump. Get up from where you're at and jump up and down for 10 seconds. I talked about this before, the power pose. When you stand and put your hands on your hips, you will look up, set a timer for 2 minutes and do that. Scientifically proven that this will change your state. It will reduce your stress levels, and it will change your state. Hop in that cold shower. Do those things that I talked about. If you can't, start thinking the good thoughts and things like that, those aren't going to change, whatever. You can still have your little bad thoughts, but you're going to be changing your state. And as you change your state, it's inevitable for the chemicals to start moving and your body to start changing. And it's going to be like, this is weird. Why am I standing like this and I feel like I suck? How can you feel like you suck when you stand like this? And then you're going to start having different thoughts. Okay? So do it. Try it out. Let me know. They also say, put your hands behind your head and put your feet up. Like if you put your feet up on a desk. It does the same thing as this power pose. Try them out. Try it out. Let me know what happens. How you feel. One last thing, too, that I didn't talk about is remember a time that you felt really good. That you felt courageous. That you felt at peace. That you felt joyous. Visualize it. Think about that. When you felt that, where did you feel it in your body? How did it make you feel? What does that feel like? What was going on during that time? Just start to think about that. that could be something that you do when you're trying to meditate as well. Again, you don't have to completely clear your mind and not think about anything. If that doesn't work for you, then you could visualize what you felt like on that day it was a great day and you felt so much joy and it was amazing and whatever it was. Visualize that time again. Really be there. Feel it in your body. Where did you feel those emotions? That's a good place to start if you can't just clear your mind for meditation. But try to not have the shallow breathing. Breathe through your nose when you can. Okay? We're going to work on our gut health. Very important. You should be doing that anyway. If you're not, stick around. I'll talk more about that stuff. And follow me on social media if you are not already, because I do post these things. This is my lifestyle. It's a journey. It's a process. As I always say, trust the process. Trust the process. You cannot skip to the end. It's inevitable. You will continue that cycle until you learn to trust that process, until you learn whatever it is for you to learn in that cycle. Okay? And then you can go into a different one. Hopefully a better one, a higher one. But you have to enjoy the journey, trust the process. And in that, you're going to realize some things because you're slowing down, you're being more aware, and that will help. But yeah, so today we talked about changing your state and remembering your why and why all of that is important, because this will help you continue on. When you don't feel like continuing on, when those self-talk things, it's not doing it for you. You have to get up. At least you have to do that one part. Put it in motion. Think about that. Whenever you're down again, think about that. Remember what I'm looking at you right now saying to you. You have to put it in motion. You have to do that one little thing. That one little thing is getting up and saying, I'm going to at least do this one thing. I'm going to chug this water. All right. I did it. Congratulations. Give yourself a high five. Okay. Yeah, do that one thing. If you're sitting down right now, you've been sitting down for too long, you need to get up. Get up and do one thing. I don't care what it is, for how long you do it. I mean, it needs to be longer than 2 minutes. But get up and do something. Okay, I don't care if you don't feel like it. We all don't feel like it. But that's why we have our why. But even when you can't, the why isn't doing it for you in that moment. You have to get up, make the choice to jump in that shower, to make the choice to go for a walk, to make the choice to drink that cold lemon water, to go get that smoothie instead of that ice cream. That's a small choice you can make to change. Okay, so these are just things that's gonna help you. None of this is gonna hurt you. It's going to help you. So if you really want change, then you will try some of these things out. Thank you all for sticking around. Those of you who joined me today, I really do appreciate it. The takeaway is to just you have to change your body, your posture, and move your body. Release that energy, okay, that's being built up. All right. I hope you've been able to take something from this video. I hope that you're able to watch this video in its decent quality. Yeah, thank you for sticking around. Have a good week. Go into it with confidence, knowing that you have some tools that you can use when you're not really feeling your best. And I hope that your week goes well, better than expected. And I will see you hopefully on Monday. It will be our last live for this challenge. And hopefully I'll hear some good reports from you all. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the rewards. I'm actually going to wait till that last live and tell you what you can get if you actually complete this challenge. Those of you in the Facebook group, I'm going to tell you that tonight, though. You will know if you're in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, you should join. The link is in my bio in the description box below as well for you to join this challenge. And you can download the free habit trackers, the free PDF that I have in there for you to get started on a healthy lifestyle. And then you can join the Facebook group where you're going to get access to content that I don't share on my social media, information. You can talk to me there, send me messages and things if you need help with anything. And you will also see what the rewards are. If you do stick with this, if you complete this, what am I going to gift you? I got some good things coming, you all. I hope you stick around. And yeah, see what happens next. I'm going to see you on Monday at 8 p.m. and we're going to wrap this up. So again, have a good week and I will see you all later.